You just got your offer accepted, it's under contract, and you want the fastest closing time ever. You're anxious to get to closing. I've got some secrets for you today to help you get your client over the finish line fast, and if you're buying a house, how to get to the closing table very, very quickly. This is Dawn Connors at Mortgage One, providing fantastic mortgage solutions. Don't forget to like and share out my video to those who could benefit. So, when you have your loan accepted, you have a loan officer and you always have a loan processor. A processor's personality is a high C personality. They like detail, they like order, and they want to get your loan off their desk when paperwork comes in. They also keep a very clean email inbox. So, with that being said, that personality type, if you submit documents fast, they are going to want to get those documents submitted fast to the underwriter. They do not like to have paperwork piling up in their inbox or having loan documents that are there sent in and waiting for the underwriter. It's like a hot potato. They want it off their plate and onto the underwriter's plate so that the underwriter can review your loan file. So one tip to start with is if you are moving forward with your loan process, you want to be very fast and very responsive. And a processor asks for documents, they're thinking about it that day, get them back to them that day. They will get your loan back into underwriting faster than others who are lagging behind on their paperwork, right? Because another thing about processors is they love paperwork. They almost love paperwork more than people. I don't understand that. I love people, but processors really appreciate and like paperwork. They like being behind the scenes. So they rather not call you and tell you that you're missing page 7 and 9 on your bank statement. So make sure that you get all pages of your bank statements in. It's helpful if you go 1, then 2, then 3, then 4, rather than 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, and then 2, 4, 6, right? Because you do all the front sides and then you do all the back sides and then you have some going upside down. That takes a processor a long time. They either have to print those documents, reorder them, rescan them, and send them back in, or they have to use a PDF decoder and put documents the right way and put them all together and move 2 to number 2 position and etc. So I have this turn time report here today, and I had, as a team, we closed approximately 18 loans last month. Of those 18 loans, 5 of them from application to clear to close were 14 and 15 days. So they were at or under 15 days. Wow, that's 5 out of the 18. Those clients were conventional, usually conventional loans, but they are the type of personalities that were A personalities that got documents in very fast. The other 9 closed, the next 9 closed in less than 30 days. I noticed with those that the underwriting touches were 4 to 5 touches, and they moved within the process, the allowable process of under 30 days. 4 of them, the last 4, were greater than 30 days. 2 of them were because they were MSHDA loans, but 2 of them were because of the extra touches that the underwriter had to do, and I knew that these clients were really sluggish at getting documents in. They also were disorganized and disorderly, so it really caused for a lot of painstaking process flow. So a processor has a process, right? And they move in a process A to B to C all the way to Z. And so if you can get within that process and get your documents in, they will move fast, for sure. And overall, the underwriting touches is another thing that you should know, is how many times an underwriter will review a file is dependent on how clean and clear your conditions are. So make sure that you're telling a story. If you have a large deposit of $20,000, give the backup documentation that shows where that $20,000 came from. If it came from an investment account, provide that complete statement of that investment account. Or if your addresses don't match, your addresses doesn't match to your credit report, to your driver's license, and to the bank statements and pay stubs that you send in, and we ask you for an explanation, explain why that is. Maybe you kept it at your parents' address until you moved into your home and you bought your own home. Regardless, telling those stories are really helpful so that underwriters aren't uncovering stuff and guessing. If you're making an IRS payment of $4,000 to the IRS, we're going to see that. We're going to discover it. It's better to own it in the beginning and say, hey, I've got an IRS payment. What documentation do you need for that? Or I'm making this payment. Is that necessary to disclose that to you? All right, that's a wrap. So get your loans moving by being a team player. We need those documents. If you are in it to win it, we're in it to win it. I can guarantee we can close your loan fast if you can get us the paperwork fast and be very responsive. Have an amazing day and week, and thanks for watching.